Hello, welcome back to another edition of Here, Have My Opinion. Even though that's everyone on the internet all the time. Can I interest you in everything all the time? A little bit of everything all the time. Everything's a tragedy, but I was really expecting to hate this movie. I was really only going to see it because I was desperate to go to the movie theater after so long, and after being vaccinated, and because a friend of mine really wanted to see it. So imagine my surprise when I didn't hate it, but kind of sort of had fun. As a heads up, I'm talking spoilers if you even remotely care. The first thing I have to praise is the soundtrack, actually. As the kids are saying, it is needle drops back to back throughout the entire thing. It's 70s bops the whole way. I knew every single song in this movie, and I loved them all. And I am not that cultured about music. And I know some people might find that tacky, or too much, or lazy, but I don't know, I think there's skill in knowing popular music well enough to match it to fictional situations and eras, so that, you can make an unfamiliar situation feel more familiar to the audience. Although I will say, playing Car Wash for the 0.2 seconds they were in a dog wash station was low-key dumb. But the copyrighted music wasn't all I liked. I just legitimately enjoyed the score in general. Like, the theme that goes behind the introductory Disney logo alone was super suave and creepy. I really liked it. There were also several directorial moments that I really enjoyed, and obviously the performances, Emma Stone and Emma Thompson, that I really enjoyed. Like when Cruella is deciding to plan revenge against the Baroness, and Emma Stone changes her expression from devastated to gleefully angry so subtly you almost miss it. Or when all the employees are so nervous in the Baroness's studio that they all go quiet, including Estella's happy background music that fades out, or this iconic Emma Thompson moment, which is just dumb, but I like it. Or really any moments with Horace and his little chihuahua. The costumes were really cool. I found all the side characters likable, and the newspaper headline editing and jaunty crime sprees were just fun. It was a solid 7 out of 10, dare I say maybe 8 out of 10 B- movie, if it were called something else. I swear everything I heavily dislike about this movie wouldn't exist if it weren't a pseudo 101 Dalmatian prequel / villain origin movie. Dalmatian straight up murdering Estella's mother when she was a child. Ridiculous. Hilarious. Why did they drop kick her off a cliff instead of ripping her apart like normal attack dogs would? Can Dalmatians even be trained as attack dogs? I have no clue. But it's a hilariously unsubtle attempt at explaining a villain's motivation that doesn't need explaining. Doesn't really need motivation, but Cruella being evil but not evil enough to smoke cigarettes or wear fur because Disney is full of cowards, so entertaining. Makes no sense. Cruella also being all working class and anti-establishment even though she's supposed to be entitled old money. The funniest thing I've seen this year. The reveal that Cruella's Anita Darling was not a condescendingly dramatic quirk of hers, but was actually Anita's full name. Absolutely hysterical. The after credits scene, which showed that not only are Perdita and Pongo siblings, but also that Roger hates Cruella so much not because of any mistreatment or wrongdoing, but because of her indirectly getting him fired, which is really the Baroness's fault. Side splitting, rib tickling. Now I'm just looking up synonyms for hilarious. Another thing that met my very low expectations were the animal effects. Like, the CGI used for the dog's movements, not even like weird or complicated movements. Like, really, you couldn't get a dog trainer to make that dog do that? I've seen dogs do that. They looked surprisingly bad for a big budget Disney movie. And they also wouldn't be here if the writers didn't feel the need to shoehorn in a reason for Cruella to hate dogs. Newsflash, there are millions of bad people who don't need a reason to hate dogs. While there are circumstances when someone experiences trauma, like from a dog attack, plenty of jerks just don't give a shit about animals because animals don't usually fight back. If you were going to do a villain origin, this isn't who I would have picked. Some people are just evil, and people who attempt puppy murder are probably those types of people. And if you were going to do Cruella, this isn't how I would have done it. Like, why is it set in the 70s? I get that they wanted to connect her to rock and roll trends, but first of all, Cruella isn't very rock and roll. Her style is more old Hollywood than anything else. Second of all, you had a canonical time period for the original property. 101 Dalmatians is set in the 60s, which would mean Cruella was likely in her 20s in the 40s or 50s. Maybe even 30s. I could be gauging her age wrong. It's hard to tell with the smoking and the cheekbones. There's an interesting origin there, with like female repression and fashion becoming more dramatic as a catharsis for a world that had just gone through war. Like economic depression and then war, not fun. In fact, her growing up before or during the war could help explain why she would be defensive of her inheritance and not ever wanting to experience poverty. But no, they just had a personal goal to make me laugh at the absurdity of it all. Overall, it's probably my second favorite live-action movie from modern Disney, under Cinderella from 2015, but a ways under. Like, it's bad, but mostly only in the bits where it's relying on an established property. If you want some fun espionage drama with some great actors and a side of modern Disney absurdity, it's not that bad. It delivers. How did Stella get her black and white hair back when she decided to be Cruella? Like, just because it's her natural hair color doesn't mean you can just suck the red dye out. Did she double dye it black and white? And then eventually it grew out, but she's already black and white. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's summer and over 100 degrees outside. I'm dying.